We missed out on what could have potentially been a star signing last episode, and frankly, I'm still a little bit hurt by it. Takefusa Kubo was the player we went for last episode. We managed to get the transfer sorted, but yeah. We weren't able to agree on wages. He frankly thought that we'd offended him in some way. But we will go back in for him at some point. We know that we can get the money for him for the actual deal, but it's just the wages we're struggling with. We need to offer a lot more, frankly. But as you can see in our inbox here, we've got a lot more scout reports to go through, so we're going to see if there's anyone else we might want to buy. Alex Mighton is a promising winger. He's 67 rated, age 20 from Sheffield Wednesday. I'm looking at his stuff now, and he's probably not quite good enough for us. Next up, Jacob Ramsey, who had, you know what, a pretty decent game against Manchester United in real life this week, which was quite unfortunate for us United fans, but Jacob Ramsey did very well in the Villa versus United game, and he is looking pretty tasty indeed. I think he's a player we should go for. He's one of those players that I think personally would go straight into like our reserve team alongside like Camavinga maybe. So yeah, he's going to be playing behind Tielemans, but he's a player that we could definitely get in and would make a big difference to our squad depth. We've gone in with 10,500,000, which is below what he is recommended at, and they've snapped my hand off. I don't know whether the sell-on clause means that they go for it more likely than not, but I'm worried that I'm going to get another F rating there. So this time we're not messing around with the wages. We're actually just going to go in pretty hard. He wants to be a sporadic player. He will be anyway, so that's fine. Contract length, I want 5 years out of your kid. That's good by them. They don't want a release clause. I accept that. But yeah, 39,000 for the wages a week, signing on bonus 340,000. I'll take that if I'm honest with you. I'm not really willing to negotiate too much. He's not got any sort of add-ons in there. And if you look at our weekly budget, 5.2 million we've got to spend on weekly budget. I know we're not going to do a career mode where we go out and buy players willy-nilly for extortionate amounts of money. But to get him for £39,500 a week for 5 years, I think overall is a pretty good deal. So we're going to sign him on, and he's going to be a very good backup centre mid for us. Right, let's see what EA think of this one then, because I've got a feeling they're not going to rate that transfer fee very much at all. 10,500,000, I thought I was lowballing them, because it said they wanted over 13 million for him. So to go with 10,500,000, I thought they were going to be like, no, we want at least this much. But they didn't. And we got him straight away. So I'm a little bit worried that this is going to be a poor signing. But he was an absolute baller against Manchester United recently. And yeah, I think it's a pretty good transfer. He's a lad for the future. A D. We could have saved 2.6 million apparently. I don't know whether that takes into account the selling on clause. Obviously, we're unlikely to sell him really, unless he asks for a completely ludicrous contract in a couple of years' time. We're not going to be selling him, so a D, I'll take it. It's a decent buy. Another centre midfielder we were looking at was Caicedo, but I don't think we need to go for him anymore, if I'm honest with you. We've kind of got what we need in his position now, so he's one that we can leave for a bit. You know what, though? I am still going to shortlist him because I think in the future he could grow to be something pretty special. Amadou Onana as well is probably not going to be the one for us. Again, he's an Everton player, but his stats aren't actually as good as the other two, so we're not even going to shortlist him. Gavin Bazanu, coming up as a 71 rated goalkeeper at the age of 20. I mean, price-wise, it's not too bad, but I think we will be able to find a better young keeper than him. So I'm going to keep him shortlisted, but I'm not going to go in with an offer yet. We just wanted to thank you for helping the club reach a significant brand exposure target, which we'd hoped to reach this season. In other words, people are saying good things about us. We wanted to make sure that we signed one of the best players in the world, and we couldn't have achieved that without your efforts. Keep up the good work. They are referring to Yuri Tielemans, I believe, so you're welcome. I'm really worried that we're going to have to go in for Meslier at some point, because I think that he's genuinely the best goalkeeper we're going to come across. These guys don't really compare, if I'm honest with you. Etienne Green might do, so I'm going to hold off for him to be a good target. Looking up the team, we've got behind Fernandes, we've got Camavinga. Behind Casemiro, we've got Fred. Behind Tielemans, we've got Eriksen. Our centre midfield options are now very good because below them, we've also got Van de Beek, Alisson, Ramsey, arguably Savage and Iqbal as well, and Lozano, of course. So we've got a lot in the middle of the park. We don't need to look there anymore. We just need that backup goalkeeper, really. And then I'd argue that right back is potentially... no, we got Livramento, actually. It's goalkeeper. I think goalkeeper's the only position now that I really want to strengthen in. Actually, probably the wingers as well. Dolan and Garnacho, Benoit Gittins, Shortire aren't really players that I could rely on in a big game. And at the moment, there's no one up here that I would put on the wing in a big game. Rashford or Antony get injured, we're pretty screwed. So we maybe want to look for a reliable replacement for those two just in case. And then striker-wise, Moukoko is the replacement for Ronaldo at the moment, which is a risk. And we don't really have another striker after him. So maybe we get another striker in as well. But before we do any of that, we have got a game up against Nottingham Forest. Now, of course, after our first fixture in the Premier League against Man City being so disastrous as it was, we are quite low down the Premier League table. And frankly, we need to do something about it. We need to make sure that we get a win here today. Otherwise, it's going to look like an absolute disaster class as manager. I think I'm right in thinking that this is our first game with Tielemans in the side. Yuri Tielemans' first impression. There we go. Right on cue. I think he could be a big difference in the midfield. We lacked massively against City. Obviously, they've got one of the best midfielders in the league. But I feel like that was the one position where we lacked massively. If we can now feed Ronaldo in the other front too, we should be able to perform better. And I think Tielemans is going to be a massive part of that. Early doors, we've got Antony down the right-hand side. Is there anyone he can find here? He's a little bit stuck for options, but he finds Rashford at the back post. What a block that is. Oh, the issue I've got, right, is I get the ball wide, which tends to be how I play FIFA, if I'm honest with you. And then I've got no options at all in the middle. Ronaldo is one option, but he doesn't seem to be making the right runs for me at the moment. I think I need to change tactics with him. Diego Dallo finds Ronaldo. Here is Antony. He's in here. Antony! Oh, saved by Henderson. Ex-Man United goalkeeper, of course. He is only on loan at Nottingham Forest at the moment, but I don't think I want him to come back in and be my guy after the words he said about our team. But he's making that hard to say because he's making some great saves right now. I can't wait until real life, by the way, when Henderson has to come back and play at Old Trafford. It's going to be quite funny. Antony here! Oh, it's gone over again. Oh, no. Gibbs-White's in here. He strikes it. He's hit the crossbar. That is a little bit of a warning sign. We've given it straight to Richards as well, but Martinez clears it up. That is a warning sign. We need to be careful here not to concede. Oh no, it's Gibbs-White again. He's already hit the crossbar and then he pulls out a save out of De Gea. Marcus Rashford down the left-hand side. Plays the ball into Bruno Fernandes. He's on his own. The strike was decent, but Henderson's save was up to it. Bruno Fernandes nicks the ball off the defender here. Finds Antony. Can he finish it? Yes, he can. Puts us 1-0 up, and it took a mistake from Nottingham Forest to give us that opportunity to score. Yeah, up until that point, we were struggling. I'm not going to lie to you, we were struggling because Henderson was saving everything we threw at him. Antony comes in, gets us a goal in this game at home, and hopefully just settles some nerves to get a decent result here. Diego Dallo finds Ronaldo to finish it. Henderson saves again. There's a ball through. Can Antony get on the end of it? He can. Antony to finish it. He does. He scored 2 goals in this game now. It was a lovely counter-attacking move. And that doesn't look like Antony. That looks nothing like Antony. It looks like Ronaldo. It looks like Tielemans. Antony looks like some random geezer they've got out of a bar somewhere. This finish was alright. I think Henderson could have done better. But he wasn't helped by his defenders who left him one-on-one with one of the quickest players in the Premier League. 2 goals for Antony, 2 goals for United, and we are finally getting our season started. Tielemans into Antony. He wants that 3rd goal. He wants his hat-trick. Half-time comes along. We are 2-0 up, and frankly, we are sailing through this game. There was... Hey up, mate. He's trying to get himself a girlfriend at the United game. As I was saying, there was that early doors scare when they hit the crossbar, but apart from that, we've controlled the game. Oh, Bruno Fernandes is through here after a through ball from Ronaldo. Can he find Tielemans on his debut? It's hit the crossbar after a great save from Henderson again. Here's Casemiro breaking through again after a Ronaldo through ball. Plays the ball across. Bruno Fernandes slots it in. Very nicely done. Great move. And that shows what Ronaldo does bring to this team. Even though he's not up there scoring the goals as much as I'd like him to be at the moment. Again, we'll look at tactics and maybe change up a few things. He does play people through very well, which completely opened up their defence. Casemiro comes in. All he had to do was find Bruno, who slots home the easiest chance he'll get this season. Rashford through to Ronaldo. Is he onside? He is. Ronaldo to get a goal. Henderson stops him, and that's going to be Ronaldo's last action of the game, because I'm bringing on some subs. People like Moukoko, people like Camavinga, Kosunu are all coming on to get some game time. Camavinga, long range. He's only just come on. Jesus. Moukoko over to Anthony. He's still hunting for his hat-trick, of course. Can he help Moukoko get himself a goal for United? He's hit the post. We've hit the woodwork so many times this game. Eriksen's broken free here. Finds Moukoko to strike it. Not quite what we were expecting. Anthony here has won the ball quite high up the pitch. Can he find anyone to get them a goal? He finds Camavinga, who puts it wide. Anthony coming forward here. This is his chance for the hat-trick. Can he finish it? Yes, he can. Anthony scoring 3 goals up against Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford. Is this going to be the first of many hat-tricks we see from Anthony in this career mode? I hope so. I still can't get over what they've done to his face in this game, but hopefully they do patch that at some point because he looks ridiculous. But he has got a hat-trick in this game and has been pretty dominant from start to finish. I know that we're up against Nottingham Forest. They're probably the worst team in the league by quite a margin. So us winning 4-0, I'm not taking that as what's going to happen with every team we come up against in this league anymore. It will be a lot harder than this going forward. But equally, as a top team in the Premier League, you do have to win your games up against the lesser opponents. You can't do what I believe Liverpool did recently and actually lose against Forest. I really don't want to concede against these guys. That would be utterly embarrassing. So I'm really hoping we manage to get this ball away. Lodi doing bits, but Dalot clears it up nicely. And Anthony's through again here. Does he want 4? He's going to look for Rashford instead at the back post. Rashford finishes it. That's 3 goals and an assist for Anthony in this game. We have been going in hard from the starting whistle until the last. And that shows with a 5-0 result. And that is indeed the final whistle. Here is Anthony collecting his match ball. Very much deserved in that game. Total of 7 shots, which is quite a lot of attempts for one player. 3 goals scored, 1 assist as well at the end there. I don't know if he got the other assist. I don't think he did get the Bruno one, did it? It was Casemiro. So yeah, Anthony having an absolutely exceptional game at Old Trafford, and we get a much needed win to kickstart our campaign. Just so you guys know, I will do the post-match interviews each time, but sometimes they're quite boring, so unless it's a very particular question, I won't show it on screen. So they've said that Tielemans didn't have a very good debut. It takes time for a new boy to settle. Leave him alone, man. Scout reports galore again. Let's take a look. Rez Ilie as a 19-year-old, 71 rated already. That's pretty tasty. That's someone I might take a look at. His stats aren't great, so there might be better options than him, but that's not bad. I'm going to add him to the shortlist. And someone that might take over Ilie is Shirky. Shirky is 74 rated, age 19, and has better stats. You can only assume that he's going to go on to be something special. I'm going to take a punt. I think this guy's worth going for. If I manage to get him and Kubo, that would be perfect. Now, they think that I might be able to get 7.4 for him, and they've taken 7.2. So it looks like we've actually done better than what the United board thought we could get for this player. So, if that's the case, surely we're getting a good rating on this transfer. Now, with him coming in, he wants to be a prospect, 5-year contract, no release clause. All happy in the house there. Wage, he wants 33 grand a week with a 280 grand sign-on bonus. I'm going to accept that. We've had a lot of difficulty with contracts recently. I just want to get this one over the line. I think he's a player that if Rashford gets injured, we could start him, and I would be quietly confident that he'll play quite well. I'm quietly confident, but what does FIFA 23 make of this transfer? Because frankly, they make out that my transfers are rubbish pretty much all the time. So, Shirky coming from Lyon, 7.2 mil I think was decent. Price rating, I've got a C. Okay, C's not too bad. It was a good price. They think I could have saved a bit more money. I think I probably could. 1.7 they think I could have got, but they're saying that he's not good enough yet. Well, he's age 19, overall rating is 74. By the time he's 21, he's probably going to be like an 82 rated left winger, which is better than Rashford. So I'd say he's good enough, really. With him coming in on the left-hand side, if we can get Kubo on the right-hand side, I feel like we've got a good enough backup to Antony and Rashford to go into the season very confident indeed. Let's see who else we scouted, because there's still some things to go through here. Etienne Green. Oh, do I want to go for this guy as my backup goalkeeper? He's 73 rated. He's 22. I'm going to say no. I was holding out for this guy. I thought he was going to be the one we wanted. Goalkeepers do flourish later on in life, though, don't they? Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about Etienne Green. Do I go for him or not? That might have to be one for the comments. You're going to have to let me know. Santiago Simon. He's a player that we could actually go for if the Kubo deal never happens. So I'm going to shortlist him because he could be a decent winger. He looks good. He does look very good, but I'm edging towards Kubo at the moment. I want to go for him. Another one we scouted was Kevin Shade. He's not good enough, unfortunately, so he's getting removed. We've had some offers come in for our players as well. So Menji, who's a 67 rated centre-back, and they've asked for him for 1 year of loan. I'm going to accept that in the hope that, one, you know, we can get him off our books for a little bit of time, but also he'll go out and he'll get much more first team experience than he's going to get here at United. West Ham United are looking to offer Lanzini as part of a swap deal for Shaw, which we value 11.7 to 21.4. So you could negotiate a better deal. I don't want Lanzini. Like, there's no need for Lanzini whatsoever. We're going to take Lanzini out the deal. We're going to remove, and then we're going to propose a new fee, and I can almost guarantee to you they won't take this deal. And frankly, it's kind of okay because we don't really want them to. They're now offering Kera. No, I'm just going to reject it. Like, you're doing my head in, guys. No, thank you. The final player we were looking at is James Ward-Prowse. We know he's quality. We know he's a player that would fit into our midfield quite nicely, but we already went out and got Yuri Tillemans, so we don't really need him anymore. Another scout report's coming for Mwepu, who we were looking at as well in our centre midfield. He's 76 rated, age 24. Again, we've gone and got Tillemans now. I don't think we need him. I'm a sucker for a homegrown talent, though. Billy Gilmore, Scottish centre mid, playing at Brighton, obviously previously from Chelsea. This is tempting. 72 rated at 21 years old, though, is just not good enough for what we're looking for. We've already got better players in his position, so we just don't need him. Same as well goes for Conor Gallagher. Conor Gallagher hurts even more because 79 rated overall at age 22 is pretty impressive, but it's just not a player we need at the moment, if I'm honest. Okay, it looks like Menji did decide to go out on that 1 year loan move, which I'd recommend is probably a good thing for him. He's not going to be playing much for us anyway. He's gone to Stade Bristol. He's 29. No idea who they are, but he's only going for a year. We're covering the wages. How do I stop doing that? I feel like clubs that are loaning out our players should start covering some of the wages, but I don't know how to go about doing that. Do I have to go into negotiations? Let me know in the comments. We've got quite a lot of players that are going out on international duty. David De Gea, Malacia, Tillemans, Varane, Fernandes, Ronaldo, Eriksen and Casemiro all being called up for their national sides. I'm a little bit surprised that Antony hasn't. Antony hasn't gone with Brazil. That's interesting. So to give you a lowdown as to what our reserve team now looks like, it looks something like this. We've got Shirky at left wing, Mukoko and Dolan make up the front three. Ramsey, Alisson, Lozano in the middle, Shaw, Kosunu, Viti and Livramento make up the back four. Dubravka's in goal, who won't be there for too long, I don't think. Camavinga arguably should be in this side. However, I'm going to start classing him maybe more as a first team player, if I'm honest. I think he's probably going to play his way into the first team, but arguably I'd probably put him in there instead of Alisson for the time being. Other than that, I'm looking down my list of players. I don't really see anyone else that I'd classed as a reserve team player. The rest are kind of first team players, but I would say we've done some good business. What we really want to do with this career mode is build a reserve team that will become our first team going forward. If we can build these players up over the next 5 seasons, they'll become absolute beasts. That is it for this career mode episode, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please hit it with a massive thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you see every video when it goes live. Thank you very much for watching. These videos are getting mad support at the moment. Yeah, so keep liking it, because the more likes it gets, the further it goes on YouTube, and I really want this to really take off, so I appreciate everyone's support. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.